Let's face it, the world has changed overnight. This is undeniable and it has affected everyone. And one of the biggest outcomes of the changes that we're seeing is that sales reps are having to find a way to sell remotely. We're no longer able to get face-to-face, eyeball to eyeball, and physically touch our prospects and customers. And as a result, we must be incredibly effective at selling remotely. We have, as an organization, scraped together all of the best ideas that we have seen on selling remotely, and we've used every single one of them. So in this video, I'm going to show you the 5 best tips to sell remotely. Check it out. Number 1, get face-to-face whenever possible. And what I mean by face-to-face is not physically in the same room, but using some kind of a video chat program to get face-to-face whenever it's absolutely possible. And of course, the absolute best tool for getting face-to-face, particularly in the B2B space, is Zoom. Zoom meetings are highly effective. It's one of the simplest platforms that still has high levels of functionality that allow you to get face-to-face with your prospects. The data shows that when you can get on some version of a web conversation where you can physically see them, your close rates go up significantly. Now, the other side of this is that not every salesperson is going to be in a world where Zoom is the easiest technology. And so this means that you also, particularly if you're selling to people who are less technically savvy, use video chat services that your clients can use. So that could mean something as simple as having a Skype call, or using FaceTime, or using a Google Hangout. Whatever your technology is, just make sure that it is something that your prospect can use, because you never want to be starting off a meeting trying to get them configured. You want to make sure they are on the call and the focus is on the face-to-face meeting, not the technology. Number 2, have your other tools ready. When it comes to selling remotely, you need to make sure that you're not dealing with, in particular, technical issues, which means you want to make sure that you have a solid microphone and a solid webcam. This could be just the earbuds that come with your typical iPhone, or it could be having a proper setup where you have a microphone and you have headphones, but make sure that that is already figured out, that it's tested and that it works, and that your webcam, which may be connected already to your laptop, make sure that it is solid and that you have used it multiple times. Other tools include having LinkedIn Navigator. This is the most critical subscription service for every salesperson, is that you have a LinkedIn Navigator account that allows you to do the research on prospects, so that way when you get into that face-to-face meeting, you're ready to go. Also, be sure that you have your CRM system set up, ready to go. You have all of your data in it. Don't have other places that you're storing all of your data. Put it all in that CRM system. And lastly, in terms of working remotely, be sure that you've got your Google Drive suite set up. This is for any kinds of documents. There is no need to use Microsoft Word or Excel, because now you're going to have version controls when you're emailing back and forth with a customer or with someone on your team. Make sure you're just using the Google Drive suite. Now, of course, there are other services, there are other technologies out there that are just as good. But make sure for working remotely that you've got those tech tools set up. Number 3, have a dedicated workspace. It's so important that when you're working and selling remotely, that you have a space that is dedicated to your work. This means not working from the couch when people are walking around, but having either an office or an area that is specific for your work. As a salesperson, it is so important that you have a way to go to work. Even if it means working from home or working from a virtual office, having that dedicated workspace is so key. Because let's face it, working in sales can be difficult. There are a lot of distractions, and so we want to have a place where we can be totally and completely focused. Number 4, structure your day like a normal day. There's something about working from home or working remotely where you don't have a manager who's right on top of you, and suddenly we just want to be like a kid and structure our day however we want. But the reality is that you live and die by your success. So have a structured day that will keep you on track, that will make you successful. There are tremendous benefits from working remotely, where you can take your lunch break when you want, or you can take that run. But it is important that you also have a structured day and that it's not just like a college kid living out of their dorm and just working whenever they want. We want to have that structure. Now, what that looks like to you may be different than what it looks like to me, but make sure that you do have that structure in your day. Number 5, focus on behavior. Now, what behavior means to you may depend. But be sure that you have a specific set of behaviors that you are following through on every single day. One thing that happens when we're working remotely is that we tend to start to get a little bit sloppier and we start to get a little bit more lax. And that's where holding yourself accountable to specific behaviors, whether it means making a certain number of dials or sending a certain number of emails or researching a certain number of prospects or having and conducting a certain number of meetings, whatever those behaviors are, that depends on what your particular role is. But make sure that you are focusing on those behaviors and that you are holding yourself accountable, because it is so key that you become successful while you're selling remotely. It is important, and the way to do it is to make sure that you are holding yourself accountable to those behaviors. So there are the 5 best tips to sell remotely. And if you enjoyed this video, then I have an awesome free training on the data-driven approach to help you crush your sales goals. Just click right here to get registered instantly. Seriously, just click right here. This is an in-depth training that will help you close more sales at higher prices, all while generating more meetings. Also, if you got some value, please like this video below on YouTube and be sure to subscribe to my channel by clicking my face that should be right about here to get access to a new video just like this one each week.